Hello, welcome.
Γεια σας και καλώς ορίσατε.
Now, we're continuing with our series of speciality dishes of Greece's top chefs and cooks.
Yeah.
Now, today we're looking at Aglaia Kremedzi, that terrific writer, and she has that wonderful flat here with that marvellous
Yes, and a lovely book to go
and
with
a lovely
her,
book to go with it, The Foods of Greece.
yeah,
that's
The
right.
Food of Greece.
And she's in the film that you made when you went to see her. She
Yeah.
was going to be cooking vine leaf pie.
That's right. Very different,
Now,
actually.
is she
Very
using
unusual.
vine leaves instead of pastry, or?
Yes, more or less. You know,
Really?
she's sort of covering
covered the
this
top with
dish
vine
with
leaves.
vine leaves.
Right,
I think
yeah.
the bottom and the top.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yes.
Fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
But we're gonna see it now,
you're
and,
cooking something which is, you know, you'll find in any self-respecting Greek restaurant,
That's
won't
right.
you?
And
Stifado.
house.
And house, I guess, yes.
Because, yes,
which is, I suppose, what
stifado,
we would think of as
beautiful,
something.
yeah.
It's a good beef stew.
Beef stew.
With red
yeah,
wine.
That's right.
in red
We're
wine.
going to use braised beef.
Right,
And lots
okay.
of onions and red wine
Yeah,
and vinegar.
lovely,
You know,
lovely.
beautiful. It actually fantastic for winter. This.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
It
yes.
makes
Good.
a lovely winter dish,
Excellent.
doesn't it,
But
stifado?
first of all, we've got this film you made with Aglaia Kremedzi, and she cooks this intriguing vine leaf pie.
So, Claire, what are you cooking for us today?
I'm making you a yogurt pie from the city of Drama in the north of Greece, in Macedonia. This is quite a strange pie. A lot of people, I mean, a lot of Greeks don't know about it. Even people in the next village, next to Drama, don't know about it.
Yes.
But this is seasonal. This is made in the spring when we have these fresh vine leaves. But you can also make it whenever you like. But it's better made with fresh or with very well preserved vine leaves.
Vine leaves, yes.
Because vine leaves have a very interesting quality. So this, to make this pie, we're making a yogurt custard. And to thicken the yogurt, you know, we have here Greek yogurt, which is quite thick.
It's already thick,
But
isn't it? And
Yes,
nice.
already thick. But if you don't have thick yogurt, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can make it with ordinary yogurt
yeah.
also. So we're going to start by making the custard,
Yeah.
mixing the yogurt in this bowl.
So
we're
you
going
don't
to mix.
cook this custard. It's,
No,
it's
no,
raw.
the
You
cook-
cook it afterwards.
Exactly.
That's
The custard is going to be cooked with the vine leaves in the oven. It's a kind of pie.
a pie, yes.
And then
Savory pie.
Savory
Yeah,
pie,
oh, that's-
exactly. It's a savory pie. And instead of using phyllo pastry, for example, in this pie, we're using vine leaves.
Vine leaves. Oh,
You see, vine leaves are used very much in Greek cooking,
Oh, yes.
and they were used from very old time. The vine leaves were. Could you put that away,
Yes, I
please?
will.
Thank you. So the vine leaves were a kind of in the old times, in ancient times. I'm adding the cornmeal now,
yes.
and I'm going to add the scallions. You see, the vine leaves were used as to give flavor to things, and ancient Greeks were using fig leaves.
Fig leaves, I believe so, yes.
Yes, and they are cooking the stuff
Yes.
with fig leaves. I'm just added, the last thing I added was the mint. It's very nice because, you know, as a first course, it's very fresh. I really love the taste. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I mean, it depends. It doesn't need a lot of salt because it's,
No.
you know, it has the herbs. The more herbs and the more vegetables you have, the less salt you need.
Yeah. Can I taste this?
Oh, sure, but it
Okay.
won't be okay because you see the
Oh.
cornmeal won't, I mean, the uncooked cornmeal,
Oh,
it's not
nice.
really good.
I can
But
taste
you
all the herbs.
you can taste all the herbs,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you see,
it's lovely.
the uncooked cornmeal is a
Yeah,
little
it's not
bit-
very nice,
yeah.
but I can still taste all the flavors. All the flavors are there.
All the flavors are
Yeah,
there.
all the flavors
So
are-
now we need, now we need to get to the leaves.
You blanched this, didn't you,
I
Claire?
did.
You blanched them first,
I did
didn't
blanch them because they were fresh.
you? Yeah.
They were fresh vine leaves.
Yes.
If we use the ones that are
In brine, yeah.
what we have to do is to blanch them very well so that they lose all their horrible salty taste.
Very salty.
So they need to be very well washed.
Yes.
Very, very
yes.
well washed.
Yes.
So I just brushed with olive oil.
Olive oil, your
and
dish, yes.
my dish, and I'm now going to layer the. You can help me if you like.
Okay, I love to.
We can-
It's like putting pastry, isn't it?
Exactly, it's like putting pastry,
Yeah.
but instead of putting pastry,
Pastry
we
we're
put
using the vine.
we-
It's a
we
lovely
use-
idea, lovely.
the way the ladies described it to me was it was supposed to be fried in the pan.
Oh, right. They used to fry
Because
this.
yes, because you see, in the old times they didn't have ovens in the homes.
Yeah, ovens.
So they were either frying them or cooking them on top of the stove. So now we have layered the pie, and I'm going to pour. Here you have to help me a little
I'll
bit.
hold the... It's heavy, this.
It is heavy, yes, but
Yes.
it's nice, isn't it? These
Yeah.
are the old
Earthware
the
pots,
very
yes.
old earthware. Could you lower it? a
Yes,
bit?
I will.
The earthware bowls that we used to use if we had to knead. That's where we were kneading.
Yeah,
And
bread
so,
and things.
yes, bread and things
Colorada.
and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to. Yes.
Shall I put this in at the
Away.
back for
Yes.
you?
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And I'm going to use the spatula to sort of even it, more or less. All the custard has to be surrounded by the vine leaves so that it has the taste. It takes the taste. You were telling me that some people throw away the leaves and eat only the inside.
Which is annoying for me. It really gets me upset. That's
This
the
is-
best part of the rest.
Exactly, exactly. This, I mean, sort of, the vine leaves are really delicious. I mean, people.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, absolutely.
I love them.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do now, we're going to
Alright.
turn the
Yeah.
leaves in,
Yeah.
like this, to cover the pie.
Yeah. And you put another layer, I
Of
presume.
course,
on
of
top.
course.
Yes.
And then we pour quite a bit of olive oil on
Yes.
top, so
Because
that
they
it
can
will cook.
go very dry, can they? Very
They
quickly.
can go very
Yes.
dry. Greek cooking is very frugal. Uses all the ingredients that are around.
Yeah.
It's not a.
That's,
you
that's
see.
what makes it really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's not.
Nice.
It's not based on technique.
No.
It's based on the inventiveness of the women
Yes, right.
who had to invent new dishes to use all the ingredients that they have each season.
Yes. That looks really, really nice. Do you sort of cover it now? Otherwise they get burned.
I'm going
Yeah?
to cover it. Yes,
You
I'm
cover
going
the
to
pie.
loosely cover it with a piece of aluminum foil
All right.
before sticking it into
Yeah.
the oven.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bake it for about 30-45 minutes. And then we come back to it and see how it is.
Can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Στην υγειά μας.
Fascinating. I mean, tell me about that vine leaf pie. I mean, was it good? Did it work?
It worked, but
Yeah.
I wasn't too keen on it. You know, it was a
But it's a wonderful view, isn't it?
yeah, beautiful view.
And
yeah.
a nice lady.
Yeah.
Nice lady.
Lovely.
Now, your stifado.
Yes.
Again, one of the classics of the Greek repertoire.
Yes.
Is it something that you particularly enjoy cooking?
I love cooking it. Yes, and I mean everybody has his own recipe, so it depends which part of Greece you eat stifado. It always
Right.
tastes differently because
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows have their own method, or the method that the grandmother used to cook it, or the
Yes.
mother used to cook it.
Yes.
It's handed down from generation to generation, and this is my grandmother's
Great.
recipe.
Great.
Yeah, so.
And someone told me that you had a story about it.
Oh, I do actually, yeah. So it goes really years ago, you know. A friend of mine wanted to impress her boyfriend, and she said, please give me a lovely recipe
Yeah.
to cook for my boyfriend. So I gave a stifado recipe. Anyway, the following day she came and she kissed me and she said, you know what? He loved it. He loved the recipe, and he proposed to me. So ladies, if you want to get your man to propose to you,
The way
cook
to a
stifado.
man's heart is through his stomach. Well, you better not give me too much because I'm already married.
Ah, yes.
Anyway,
no,
I'll
I
see-
don't want to cause any arguments
I'll
with
see
your
you
wife.
later.
See you, Charles. All right. For our stifado, we need 2 pounds of braising steak. We also need 1.5 pounds of onions, small onions, or you can use shallots or baby onions. It doesn't matter. Some people like to use sliced onions. Now, I've got a quick tip to how to peel the onions. Just cut both ends off, put it in hot water for 5 minutes, and then the skin just pulls off really, really easily. And it stops you crying as well, you know, this way. So it's fantastic. Once you've done that, if your onions are about this big, cut them in half, or sometimes cut them in 4 if they're bigger. Then the next thing we need to do is to fry our onions in 4 tablespoons of olive oil until golden brown, like this. Mine have been cooking now for 5 minutes, and they are lovely. Now I'm going to take them out. Remove them from the pan because I'm going to use the same pan to fry my meat. Don't they look lovely? Now, we fry the onions first, so the onions can leave this wonderful aroma into the casserole, you know, into the oil. Now I'm going to add a bit more olive oil, because there's hardly any olive oil in there now. Warm that up, and I'm going to fry my meat. Wait for a couple of minutes just to get my oil hot. Otherwise, your meat won't be frying, but it will be boiling. So always make sure your oil is hot. I think mine is hot now. Yes. And I'm going to add it all in there because it's only 2 pounds of meat. Now, the proper way to make stufato is always with beef, but occasionally it's made with rabbit or hare. But you cannot use pork, unfortunately, for stufato. Only beef or rabbit or hare. Now, fry your meat until it starts changing color, and then add 1 onion finely chopped. There's a lot of onions in the stufato. That's what makes it so nice. Fry that. Now I'm also going to add 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic. Now you need to cook this until it's nice and brown. We are going to take a small break now, but after the break I'll be finishing my stufato recipe. So I'll see you then.
Yesterday's shepherd's pie's still there, because it isn't always removed by some traditional detergents. But now there's new finished double-action tablets, a unique 2-layer tablet for superior cleaning. The blue layer penetrates and softens tough, dried-on food, so the white layer can clean to a brilliant shine. The results? See for yourself. Double-action finish. Now in a new, bigger value pack.
Hello and welcome to the Celavita kitchen, where supper's made simple for those too busy to cook. Top chef Peter Vaughan's here to put the convenience back into cooking. So Peter, what are we up to today then? Tell me what we're cooking.
Well, we're going to put potatoes into Chinese cookery. Celavita's crinkle cut potatoes into a stir fry, soy sauce. We're just going to
beautifully colourful, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice. And the potatoes don't
Really
fall
scrummy.
apart like before. Excuse fingers.
So you've got lovely crisp vegetables there, nice tender chicken and
Yeah.
nice big pieces of potato,
Yeah.
lots of bite.
That's it. We're going to sprinkle some garlic cloves, and the potatoes will help absorb all of that.
That looks delicious.
Some roasted sesame seeds.
Absolutely yummy.
Lovely.
So what's going on here at the front? I noticed this recipe calls for the baby potatoes.
Well, we're putting potatoes into Italian cookery now. So
We've touched the 4 corners here, haven't we?
here we go. Just spoon
looks
it
good.
onto there like so.
So these recipes today, we're using the crinkle cut, we're using the baby potatoes, and we're using the boiling potatoes.
Boiling potatoes, and boiling potatoes always absorb lots of flavour, so stick some oregano on there and some chopped olives for something
So
really
that's a nice
Italian.
twist if you want to omit the spaghetti and put a nice potato in instead, isn't it?
Definitely.
That looks delicious. And this looks interesting here. This is something for when the weather starts to cheer up, isn't it?
Well, tomato salad's always nice if you warm potatoes up, mix them all up, and it always brings out flavour in vegetables and fruits.
Oh, it's
whether
nice.
you
You've
want
got
to
some
call
nice red
tomatoes.
skin onion there.
There we go. Pop those in like so. And we're just going to finish that with some basil.
So when would you serve this, Peter?
This is excellent for a summer kind of al fresco
Yeah,
dinner
'cause-
party.
Chuck it together in minutes, can't you?
Definitely. A little bit of this.
Oh,
Ooh,
yummy.
lovely.
That looks delicious. Well, thanks, Peter.
Pleasure.
Well, that's all from the Celavita kitchen today, but do join us again soon for more convenient cooking. For more details on any of the Celavita recipes featured today, just turn to Sky Text, page 167.
Hello and welcome back. I'm making stufato. So before we took a break, I was frying my meat with my onion to go brown. Now my meat is gone brown, so I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, which is 2 cinnamon sticks, 2 bay leaves, 4 cloves. Mix it all in. Then I'm going to add a large glass of red wine, dry red wine. I'm also going to add half a glass, half a small glass of red wine vinegar and 1 teaspoon of tomato puree. Mix that in. I'm also going to add some sugar, 1 teaspoon of sugar. All right, so now I'm going to add pepper and salt, lots of it. And I'm also going to add some dry oregano, a teaspoon of dry oregano, and a large tablespoon of parsley. Now we need to add some water just to cover our meat. Bring it to the boil, lower the heat down, cover it and simmer it for 1.5 hours. It needs a lot of cooking because stewing meat is very, very tough. But it's the cheap part of the meat, so you can't win them all. All right. After 1.5 hours, it should look like this. Got one here. There we are. Let me just mix it. See what it looks like. Reduce by half. I'm actually going to taste it as well, in case I need to adjust my seasoning. Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more pepper and a little bit more salt. Now, if you think there isn't enough juice in there, don't be scared, add a little bit more hot water, but make sure it's hot and not cold. Right, now I'm ready to put my onions in. Now, as I said before, you can use shallots, so you can use the onions whole, but some people like to use lots of sliced onions, and that's what I use actually in my restaurant because they're easier to do than peeling a bag of little onions. Takes ages and nobody wants to do it in the kitchen. Here we are. Now, again, you need to leave it and simmer it for another half an hour, and we've got one that's been cooking here, and I'm going to just check it and see. Yes, the meat looks soft and the onions are got nice and caramelized, and it's ready, I think. I'm now going to make a simple salad to go with it. Okay, for your salad, this is a vegetable salad, all right? And you do eat it warm. You need 1 potato with the skin on, cut it into small pieces like this, like I have. You also need 1 courgette, cut it into 3 thin slices. And I'm also going to use 2 carrots, again, cut them into thin slices. And I'm also going to add some green beans, some cauliflower. I'm using half a cauliflower, and I'm using like the florets. I took the florets out. And I'm also going to use red pepper, which will make a lovely full colourful salad. Boil those all together with lots of salty water until they're soft, like this, but not too soft. You want them a little bit crunchy, and just put them into your serving dish or a bowl. It doesn't matter. Choice is yours. Doesn't that look lovely? The colours here are fantastic. Right, now I'm going to just do a very simple dressing. Lemon juice, that the Greeks love and can't do without it. Charles, come, darling.
Here I am.
This is our salad.
Yummy.
And, I mean, I've got the pips. Typical
Beautiful.
Greek this,
Well,
isn't
you
it?
know.
Typical Greek. And
You
now
guys
I'm
put-
going to add a bit of olive oil on top of my vegetables.
More.
More. You like olive
I
oil.
love
I
olive
do,
oil, yeah,
especially
yeah.
virgin olive oil. Would
Yep.
you like to put some pepper and
With
salt on
greatest pleasure.
it? Lovely. And I add some salt as well. We need to toss it a little bit.
Yep.
Now,
So this is something you can presumably eat as you got it here, which is warm.
yes.
Or you could eat it cold if you
Cold,
wanted to.
yes.
Yeah.
But of course, in Greece, everybody eats it lukewarm.
Lukewarm,
don't they?
okay.
So why don't we do
Let's
what
go and
the
try
Greeks
some
do?
wines with these foods.
All right,
This is
I'll bring the
terrific.
Stifado.
Okay. After you.
Thank you, you're a gentleman. Oh, I love Stifado, Charles, do you?
Yep, it's a great dish.
Yeah.
It's a terrific dish. And here's this very nice looking, typically lukewarm Greek salad.
Greek salad.
Yes. Now, we're starting, as is right and proper, with a Greek wine. If I can stop the table jumping around.
It's got mine of
Now,
its own,
this, I have to
table.
say, is a wine that I think is terrific.
Yeah. Go on
We've
then,
used it
Charles,
once
you
before in the series, very early on, and I just think it's lovely. And I brought it back. It's the Nausa Grand Reserve from Butari.
Yes.
It's not that expensive for a wine that I think has got a lot of character and a lot of oomph. Wonderful fruit.
I like that word.
Yeah, oomph, very important in a wine. Oomph. This is $5.99.
All right, so it's reasonable.
So it's
not too bad.
reasonable for a wine for a
wa-
special
yes.
occasion, because it is a special occasion wine.
That's right.
$5.99 from Sellers Direct Wine Club. But just get your schnozzle into this, my dear.
I will do. I'll
It's
just
terrific.
put a
It's
bit
got
more
this
Stifado
lovely,
in here.
dark, rich raspberry fruit.
I'm very slow with this. My knife, my spoon
worry.
is very small.
I'm enjoying the wine.
Okay.
Isn't it lovely? I mean, this is...
I love the
It's
smell
a
of
classic
it, actually.
Greek wine area, using a classic Greek grape, the Xino Mavro,
Yeah, cinnamon.
and it just makes a really good wine. And it's the fascinating thing is it's not so old. I'm not quite sure what is it. 1990 actually. So it's had a few years of aging.
Yeah.
And I think that's what smoothed it out a bit, and made it just this lovely, rich, smooth consistency that it has. Right now, I've been enjoying the smell of this Stifado and wondering.
And actually, you know, the Stifado tastes better the following day. The trick is to
So many
make
of these sort of
it
casserole dishes do, don't they?
and eat it the following day. But we can't wait till tomorrow, can we? So we have to eat it now.
You know, the fascinating thing is that the spice and that vinegar, it almost gives it a slightly sort of gamey flavour. I know we've
does.
used beef, but I can really see what you mean when you
When-
say you could make it with rabbit or
That's
hare.
right. Yeah.
Now, well,
Goes very well.
pretty good. Pretty
Very
good.
good.
Perhaps the wine's a little robust. Now, my next wine, thinking that it might be a bit robust, I've gone for a much lighter style of wine, a Beaujolais.
The Beaujolais.
This is a Fleury from the Château des Déduits, and you can buy it in Waitrose, where it will cost you £7.99 a bottle. So £2 more expensive than the Greek wine.
Greek one.
But it's a lovely example, I think, of
Again,
this
lovely.
very fruity,
Yeah.
aromatic wine style.
Lovely.
Soft, fruity, yummy. Let's try with a yummy Stifado.
I think the smell, the aroma of the wine is very, very
Very
important.
nice, isn't it?
Very important.
Yeah, very important.
Lovely.
Well, I think that goes actually slightly better. The Nausa Grand Reserve is a lovely, lovely wine, but I think the slightly lighter, slightly fruitier wine works slightly better with the dish. Now, this one, another French one, but this one is from the south of France, Mas Ségala, Côte du Roussillon Village, $3.99, even
Oh.
less expensive, $3.99 from Asda.
Is this good?
I think it's lovely. It's got a lovely, rich fruitiness. But I'm not sure whether this will be the one for the... No.
No, for $3.99.
Jolly
it's
good
not
wine.
a bad wine.
Oh, no,
No,
no.
that's reasonable wine.
Perfectly okay. But I think my favourite actually is the Fleury.
The Fleury.
Anyway, if you want details of Lula's recipe and my wines, grab the pencils for today's recap. Well, that's it for today, I'm afraid. Next week, we've got one of the speciality dishes of Demis Roussos' ex-wife, Pamela.
Pamela
She
Roussos,
cooked
yes.
chicken in a clay pot, and I think she had great difficulty in getting it out of the clay pot.
Yes, that's
as far as I
right,
can remember.
yes,
You tell me it was,
yes.
it was quite difficult. But you're going to be cooking one of yours, which
Kotopoulo
is...
gemisto.
Absolutely.
Which
Stuffed chicken,
Chicken breast stuffed with feta and mushrooms.
feta mushrooms. I'll have more wines. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
So you think it will...
Sunday roast. Eat it. You know me too well. Do you grow herbs in your garden?
No, they come from the shop.
Right. Well, if you've got rosemary growing, always find a little sprig of rosemary in your lamb. Looks lovely. Dive in, have a taste.
Thank you.
I'm going to. Have I converted you then?
I think so.
You think so?
Yes.
Excellent. What's your verdict, quickly?
Superb.
Great, excellent.
Yes.
Well, that's all we have
It is.
time for today. But do join me next time for another challenge and more microwave magic. See you then.
Peter Vaughan will be demonstrating more microwave magic at the same time on Friday. But next on Granada Food and Wine, we're off to sample the food and the views that are simply Greek.
Imagine a place of your own. A relaxing space. Somewhere safe and comfortable, with everything organized just the way you want it. Then imagine it had a 5-cylinder 20-valve engine with the power to transport you swiftly and effortlessly wherever you want to go. The 5-cylinder Fiat Marea and Marea Weekend, a space of your own. Call 0800 71 7000 for more information.
It began with Star Wars. Now the Star Wars trilogy continues with The Empire Strikes Back.
It is useless to resist.
Experience it like never before. The Empire Strikes Back, and still playing in cinemas, Star Wars.
It's heartburn time!
Heartburn's caused me digestive acid.
I love making you suffer.
Jumps in the wrong place.
I'll make your life...
By the original Gaviscon forms a barrier to keep acid in its place. Now there's also soothing Gaviscon Advance, which forms an even stronger barrier that thankfully lasts longer than ever. New Gaviscon Advance puts heartburn in its place.
Dad's here.
You are a good lad.
Hello.
Oh, these are new. So, what are we having then?
Lean and Lou bacon from Danehead has less fat and less salt, but all the taste and smell. Nobody knows bacon like we know bacon.
Granada Good Life. Food and wine.
Hello, welcome.
Γεια σας και καλώς ορίσατε.
We're continuing our series on signature dishes today. That's the chef's
The
favourite
chef's
dish, isn't it?
favourite or
Yes.
the creations.
Yes,
you know,
quite.
it doesn't matter.
And now,
Yeah.
is this one that you're going to be doing today?
Yeah.
One of your own creations?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing today is κοτόπουλο γεμιστό με μανιτάρια και feta.
Terrific.
Which is chicken breast stuffed with
Stuffed
mushrooms
with-
and feta.
And feta, yes. And you've got your son Solos
Yes.
chopping away in the background. We got
Yes.
you back, Solos, giving your impression of a woodpecker.
And actually, Solos is going to show us one method of stuffing the chicken breast, and I'm going to show my method of
great.
stuffing the
Oh, well, that's
chicken
good.
breast.
That'll,
So
yeah, a
it'll
bit
be
of
nice.
variety.
Two
Yes.
different methods.
Now, the film that we're about to watch, you made with Pamela Roussos, Demis Roussos' ex-wife.
Yes, we must say that.
Yeah, quite. And she showed you how she cooked a chicken up in the beautiful region
That's
of Elados.
right. She cooked a specialty called kapama, you know, and she cooked this chicken
Right.
in a clay pot,
Yeah,
which she had
yeah.
to seal with flour and water.
Right.
Cooked it for hours and hours, but of course we couldn't get the thing open, could we? It took us 2 hours to open the
Oh,
dish.
dear. Well, she's obviously
so
a multi-skilled
we're waiting
person.
there with our knives and forks, starving, you know.
Yeah. Well, so let's watch Pamela Roussos, celebrity, model, food stylist.
stylist,
What an amazing
everything.
woman, and how she cooks chicken in a clay pot.
Well, what is so fantastic about the kapama dish is that the foods are packed in very tightly. The oven is very, very low, and they cook for a long period of time, 2 to 3 hours,
2 to 3 hours,
depending
yes.
on the recipe.
And all the flavors and the juices stay all together.
All
yes?
the flavors and the juices, they
Yes.
stay together, and what we do is we seal it.
And then when you bring it out, you have to sort of break it.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a whole theatre.
And then the aromas come out.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Okay, so Lula, what we're doing here now is sautéing the chicken, as you see. So it's a nice golden colour.
Beautiful.
Yes, comes out very well on either side. Then we're going to take it off, put it on a plate on the side.
You're going to make your sauce now. Yes?
Well, yes, we're going to prepare, we're going to sauté a little bit of garlic, which we have here. Little scorda.
Scordo.
Nalisa. Che metà λίγο cremiri.
Yeah, and a little bit of onion.
You go.
You're talking to me in Greek.
Now we're going to add the tomatoes. And here we are. So you have, this is going to give you a nice rich sauce.
Yes, nice red sauce.
Absolutely. We're going to add 1 or 2 of the canela, which is the cinnamon
Cinnamon
sticks. You don't have cinnamon sticks, you can add a little bit of the powdered cinnamon. of
Yes,
course.
ground cinnamon.
Absolutely.
Ground cinnamon.
And of course, then we're going to add some of the olives.
And your bay leaves.
And the bay leaves.
Shall I throw them in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And then we have a little bit of the honey, which comes in next. And
how much honey do you put? Just a bit.
I put a spoon.
A spoon. So do you mean I have to wait for 3 hours now before I taste this?
Absolutely.
Oh.
But you see, when you wait a long time, things...
Yes, all right.
So what we're going to do, we're going to seal this. We're going to put around here, you see?
Yes.
Our flour and our water. Yes. The point is, with this, you can cook it for a very long period of time in this pot. And you see, this seals in the flavour. Absolutely nothing escapes.
That's right.
And
it's like
this-
cooking on paper, isn't it? Wrapping food in paper.
Exactly. And then we put a little bit more on the outside,
Oh,
actually,
right.
to really see to it that it's
Cover it.
sealed very well.
Let me
And-
help you. I want to
That's
get
fun.
dirty as well.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
Oh,
It is
dear.
fun, actually. I try.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's best if you started and then it's easier
A
pretend
sharp,
it's
it needs
breaking
a sharp edge
Yeah.
knife. Have we got a sharp?
Just come in my eye. Oh my God, it's gone really hard. You said you were going to laugh, didn't you? You knew.
It was really scared in.
How long has it been cooking?
3 hours.
Can I just get up and try and...
Absolutely.
Please, because we're going to be here all day. I think it's going to need a drill or something. We can't open this.
You see, this is one of those dishes where you have to have the husband.
Oh, the aromas are beautiful. They're coming out of this dish.
They're really, it's a marvelous aroma. You're going to do a beautiful pork kapamaz we do.
No, you can make it with pork as well. I know you mentioned lamb, but
Lamb as
lovely.
well.
So I'll get to taste
Voila.
this now.
Kaliorexi.
Haristo.
Parikalo. It's lovely,
It's
isn't it?
delicious.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
It was worth all the hard work you put into this dish.
And getting it out.
Let's have some wine.
Okay. So cheers.
Cheers. Tinigamas.
Tiniazas.
Lovely lady. I think I prefer easier ways of getting at my food, though. I mean, you know, sealing it in something to
Yeah,
keep the flavour, it's all very well, but
yeah,
it's nice to be able to
yeah.
get at it. Anyway, Lula, my dear, I'm going to leave you to stuff this chicken, and I look forward to tasting it
Okay,
later.
Charles. I'll see you later.
Great.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make the stuffing for our chicken. So, in here, I've got 1 ounce of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. And I also add 3 spring onions, finely chopped, and 4 ounces of mushrooms. Now, they can be flat mushrooms or bottom mushrooms, any mushrooms you like, really. Oyster mushrooms, it doesn't matter. The choice is yours. And all I need to do is saute them very fast until transparent. And they're nearly done because they've been cooking for a couple of minutes. Next thing, put them into a bowl. That. And I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients, which is 2 ounces of crumbled feta. Again, you can use other cheese as you prefer. If you don't like feta, you know, then use cheddar or cottage cheese, anything you want, really. Right, mix that all in. And I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of parsley, finely chopped parsley. I'm also going to add a little bit of freshly ground black pepper. I don't like to use salt in here because feta could be very salty. And our mixture is ready. You need to cool it for a couple of minutes. Now I'm going to show you how to stuff your breast of chicken. Now, you can buy chicken without the wing or with the wing, but I find the ones with the wing, they're more plump, they're fattier. Right, just cut like that. Make a nice thick pocket there, and then add about a large tablespoon of your mixture in there, not too much, like this. And now you need to secure the opening. So I'm going to use toothpicks for that. Of course, you have to remove the toothpicks after your chicken is finished. You don't want your guests choking with toothpicks. Right, here we are. It's a bit fiddly, but it's worth it in the end. All good things have to take time. Here we are, our chicken is ready. I'm going to now fry my chicken. And Solos is going to come and show us how to do his method of stuffing a chicken. I'm going to add some olive oil now to fry my chicken in here. Right, Solos,
Okay.
I'll take this. Right. So, Solos, what are you doing, darling?
Right. You just remove the fillets first,
Yeah.
which comes off really easily.
Mm.
And then get a bit of cling film.
Mm.
You need this because what I'm going to
It
do is I'm
helps
going
it,
to give it a good hammering.
Yeah.
And
You do
the
that
reason you
so
do
you
this
want...
is because you're flattening out the fillet so you can use it as a layer to cover a pocket
Yes, the
when
pocket.
you're stuffing the chicken.
And also, you don't break your chicken. If you bang your chicken straight,
Exactly, on the board.
it's going to
yeah.
break, isn't it? Well,
Exactly.
that one is more
Exactly.
gentle, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh. You need a map for this job, don't you, Solos?
Surely
Because
do,
you
yeah.
need to understand. And you are nearly a man, aren't you, darling?
I am, yeah. Well, that looks okay.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So once you do that,
Doesn't take 2 seconds.
yeah, take it
And
out.
then what you do here is you have to make a little seal around the edge.
All
so
right. So you cut around it,
just really
not too
lightly
deep.
into it. Not too deep, no.
No, not. Yeah. My chicken is doing very well. It's getting nice and brown.
Okay. So we
All
follow
right.
round, and then a bit of stuffing.
Yeah. So you don't bang that now?
You don't bang that, no.
No. All right.
Just-
So
you've got
do
the
you want me
seal
to
made.
add you some stuff in then?
Yeah, please.
So you are creating a pocket but different way.
I am,
You're not
yeah.
going to use toothpicks.
I'm
in
not
yours.
using toothpicks at all. no.
Oh, right. You're
This
cleverer than me.
This
Solos.
is like the roof,
Yeah.
like that. And then you tuck these into the little seals,
All right.
and then there we
Right.
go.
All right.
Okay.
Shall I get this into my frying pan? Thanks, Solos. All right. I hope it doesn't break, Solos.
Okay.
All right. While our chicken is cooking, we're going to take a small break. So see you then.
Yesterday's shepherd's pie's still there, because it isn't always removed by some traditional detergents. But now there's new Finish Double Action Tablets, a unique 2-layer tablet for superior cleaning. The blue layer penetrates and softens tough, dried-on food, so the white layer can clean to a brilliant shine. The results? See for yourself. Double Action Finish. Now in a new, bigger value pack.
Give your bath time a lift. Call free on 0800 281 271. For anyone with bathing problems, the totally portable Easy Lift from Aquasoothe is the answer. Safe and reliable, simple to operate, elegantly styled. The Aquasoothe Easy Lift will lower and raise you easily in your bath at the touch of a button. To receive a full colour brochure, call Aquasoothe now, completely free on 0800 281 271. 0800 281 271. Our operators are ready now to take your calls.
It's heartburn time!
Heartburn's caused with digestive acid.
I love making you suffer.
Jumps in the wrong place.
I'll make your life...
But the original Gaviscon forms a barrier to keep acid in its place. Now there's also soothing Gaviscon Advance, which forms an even stronger barrier that thankfully lasts longer than ever. New Gaviscon Advance puts heartburn in its place.
At Chicken Tonight, we're famous for two things.
Two, push pineapple, shake the tree.
One, creating delicious recipes specially for chicken.
What's the matter, you? Hey! Got no respect. Hey! Why you looking...
And two, our awful taste in music.
You can.
I can't. I feel like chicken tonight.
How else could we explain this theme tune? Great food, lousy music.
Chicken tonight.
Dean Peck Lean and Lou Bacon has less fat and less salt, but all the taste and smell. Lean and Lou from Dean Peck.
Sorry.
Nobody knows bacon like we know bacon.
Welcome back. Today I'm making godopoulo gemisto me manitarian feta. It's a mouthful. which means chicken breast stuffed with mushrooms and feta. Now, I already made my stuffing and I stuffed my breast of chickens and I'm cooking them now in some olive oil and butter. They've been cooking now for 5-10 minutes and they're nice and golden. So now I'm ready to put the rest of the ingredients, which is half a glass of white wine, makes it sizzle when you add the wine, and the aromas coming out are fantastic. I'm also going to add a glass of chicken stock, and of course I need to season it with some pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt this time as well, not too much. Right, what you need to do now is to simmer this for 10 minutes. Solus, could you take this away from me, please?
Okay.
Thank you, darling. Thanks. Now, I've got some that's been simmering now for 10 minutes, so I'm ready to add my fresh cream, which is 3 fluid ounces of fresh double cream. That will make a lovely rich sauce. Not for slimmers, I'm afraid, but I'm sorry. All good things have a price. All right. We need to let it simmer until it reduces and the sauce thickens. So while that's simmering, I'm going to show you how to make a simple salad. Now, my salad is patates με κολοκυθάκια, which is potatoes with courgettes. What you need to do, you need a pound of new potatoes or baby potatoes, and you need the same amount of courgettes. You need to boil your potatoes first for about 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, add your courgettes. Cut your courgettes into nice chunks like this, the same size of your potatoes, so they cook the same. Then you cook them until they start to soften like this. Once you've done that, drain them. Now you can have this hot or cold, so it doesn't matter. But Greeks prefer everything lukewarm, so mine are lukewarm as well. Making a mess on my table. Here we are. Drain them very well and then put them into a nice bowl. Bit of this. And now all you need to do is to add, it's very simple dressing actually, some lemon juice, the juice of 1 lemon. See it? And I'm also going to add some olive oil. Just enough to coat the vegetables. I'm also going to add a little bit of parsley, and it gives it a lovely color. And also I'm going to add some freshly ground black pepper and some salt. Mix it together like that. It's very simple and very healthy and very good for you. Here we are. Our salad is ready. I'm going to see how my chicken is doing. Yes. The sauce has reduced, and now all I have to do is add some parsley, again for color and for flavor. And our meals are finished. I'm going to just put it in my serving dish. There we are. There we are. Don't they look lovely? Of course, I've got to remove these toothpicks because Charles is going to be eating this. I hope he's going to have some lovely wines to go with this fantastic meal. And I don't want Charles to choke with my toothpicks. Here we are. Doesn't this look lovely? And it's quite easy to make, really. Let's see if Charles has some lovely wines.
Of course, I've got delicious wines waiting for you, Lula.
You always do, Charles.
Well, I do my best.
Do.
I do my best. Right. Start off with a Greek Chardonnay.
Oh,
now,
you always like to please me.
Yeah, I find that Chardonnay is a great variety that goes very well with creamy sauces.
Yeah.
So, what I'm hoping is that we'll go with this creamy sauce.
Let me give you...
Thank you very much indeed.
The difficulties.
Yeah, I think it's a two-handed job.
It's a big chicken
breast.
breast.
It's a big chicken breast.
I must give you some sauce, though, as well,
Yes, please.
Charles, you know.
Just to help my figure.
Well, I told you you're going to put on weight. Shall I
Yeah.
give you some salad as
Yeah,
well?
why not?
a little bit like that.
Lovely. Thank you very much
There we
indeed.
are.
Great.
Just to see if it goes with your wine.
Yep, right. So this is a wine. It's not expensive. Sorry, it is expensive. It's about £10 a bottle. That's quite expensive.
Wow.
But it is, I think, probably, it might have claimed to be perhaps the best Greek Chardonnay that we see
Is
here
it?
in Britain.
Yeah. So you can't get it in this country then?
You
Because-
can. It comes from the Greek Wine Centre in Shrewsbury,
Yeah.
and it costs a tenner. It's made by a guy called Lazaridis,
Lazaridis.
who made his fortune in marble, interestingly.
Oh, right, well,
That's
yes.
where he made his
In
money.
Athens,
And
yeah.
then he started planting
yes.
vineyards right up in the northeast, in,
Yeah.
in Drama.
In Drama, yes, that's
You know,
right. I've been
way up,
there,
yeah.
actually.
Mm,
I've been there. Funny enough, my uncle is called Lazaris.
Oh, really?
So they've got the same name.
Well-
Lovely wine.
This, it's an immaculate Chardonnay, this. I think it's very good.
Let's see if it
Now
goes
let's
with my
see how it goes with your exciting stuffed chicken breast. Whoops. Now, I'm always interested when you meet a dish like this to try and get some of the stuffing
That's
in.
right, yeah.
So it's a bit of stuffing, bit of sauce. Very nice. Mmm.
Nice, isn't it?
Mmm.
And the feta is not too strong, is it?
Nope.
I think it goes very well with this
It
wine.
goes rather well, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, I can finish the bottle.
Okay, later, dear, later.
Later.
Okay, second wine. Again a Chardonnay, but this time it comes from Spain.
All right.
It's about half the price, $4.95 from Safeway. A Chardonnay called from a region in Aragon called Somontano, which means sort of underneath the mountain because it's made in the foothills of the Pyrenees.
I see it.
Again, it's a fresh, crisp Chardonnay. And I think it's a lovely sort of gentle, unoaked, honeyed, slightly buttery.
Yeah, definitely.
Very nicely made.
Yeah. You're right about
Again?
the honey.
Yeah,
Sort of,
I think that works very well. I think we found the right style.
That's
For
lovely.
once, I've hit it spot on. Spot on. And this one, Chardonnay back to its roots. This is a French Chardonnay from Burgundy, because, of course, all white Burgundy is made from Chardonnay, unless it says it's made from the grape Aligoté.
Yeah.
This is a Saint-Véran, Domaine des Deux Roches, and it's $6.49 from Asda.
A little bit more pricey than the
A bit more
second
pricey than
one,
the Spanish, but still well under the... Now, the interesting thing about this, you've got a very buttery character coming in here.
different.
That
different
comes
taste.
from a malolactic fermentation, which is a fermentation after the alcoholic fermentation, when malic acid is converted into lactic acid, the acid of butter, which
It's
is
all
why it smells
science to
buttery.
me. It's all science to me.
Good. I think that's very nice. That's a
very
lovely wine.
nice, Yeah.
But which is the best?
Well, I prefer than Greek.
You're biased.
I am biased. No, it is a lovely. Just
Very
because
good.
it's a more expensive one as well, and maybe that's why. I don't know. But they're all lovely.
It does work well as a style,
Yeah.
I think. Unoaked Chardonnay which hasn't been matured in oak barrels. I think, by a short head,
Yeah.
I prefer
Yeah.
the Spanish.
Do
but
you?
I agree
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
Greek is very good. It works very well. So,
But
it's,
they're all
it's a lovely
excellent,
dish. This
excellent, yes.
lovely dish. Well done.
Thank
I think
you.
this is
Thank you.
excellent. Anyway, if you missed any of the details of these wines or Lula's recipe, don't worry because we're about to repeat them in today's recipe recap. Well, that's it for today, I'm afraid. I've really enjoyed this, Lula.
thank you,
I
Charles.
don't know whether this was one that you prepared or that Solos prepared, but it was very good.
Charles is
Yeah.
the feeling that counts.
And you made that, didn't you? Ha, okay. Well, anyway, next show, Lula went and had lunch in Corfu. And she met Rosemary Barron, that very well-known Greek, she's an English person who writes about Greek cookery.
That's right, yes.
And she cooked you a dessert with
Yes,
figs?
with dry figs and red wine. Excellent,
right,
actually. I really enjoyed it. It was different.
Excellent.
Different.
You're going to make Somali cake?
Yeah, which is one of my mum's secret recipes.
I look forward to it. I'll have some luscious wines. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
You know, flip it over, straight onto our plate. Look at that, absolutely. Let it just a bit. Pretty. Taste. Oh, it's going to be hot. Nice.
That's delicious.
Fantastic. I wouldn't use any cream with it. If I did, I would just put a little bit of coconut cream, yeah?
Well,
But
ice
that's
cream would be
beautiful.
very nice with that, actually.
Now, what about our sorbet?
Yeah,
Yes,
sorbet, good.
Wonderful sorbet.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we hope we'll see you next time. So, goodbye. See you soon.
Flavours of the Orient's back on Saturday morning at 9:30. I'd keep pen and paper by your side because coming up next, Granada Food and Wine goes simply Greek.
Who's the guy like a human mole can shift 10,000 tons of coal?
Can I dig it, mate?
Who digs half a dozen pits after a bowl of Weetabix?
That's our shaft, you know.
Who's 5 pits down, 10 along, straight past Bristol, going strong?
Weetabix.
You all right?
Once we've started you, there's no stopping you.
Premium scandalous for your car insurance.
Call Premium Search on 0800 109876.
Premium Search. Problem solved. Phone soon.
We're here 24 hours a day.
Pasta and sauce. A helping hand with unbelievably saucy, real pasta from Bachelors.
Thicker cut, traditionally cured classic from Danepeck. Nobody knows bacon like we know bacon.
Granada Good Life, Food and Wine.
Hello, welcome.
Γεια σας και καλώς ορίσατε.
Now, we're going back to a sort of sweet kind of feel to today's show
That's
because today you're going to be making semali cake.
Semali,
which
yes.
I believe is one of your signature dishes at the restaurant, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, I've been making it at my restaurant now for many years, 15
Really,
years, and
really.
he actually was mentioned in the Good Food Guide last year.
Nothing like it.
I'm
Good.
quite proud
well,
of it.
soon we shall have the pleasure of knowing what it's all about. Tell
Yes.
me a bit. Tell me, what is semali cake?
Semali, well, it's actually semolina cake. That's what it actually means, you know.
So instead of using flour, you use...
semolina. I actually do use a little bit of flour, but
Right, okay.
it contains mostly semolina.
Which gives it a slightly sort of gritty texture,
Yes,
I
it
suppose?
does, and because we don't use the fine semolina,
You
we
use
use
the
the
coarse
coarse
one. Yeah,
semolina,
yeah.
and it's sort of nutty taste, but it's delicious actually. And then we do
Great.
a lovely syrup to go on top of it. Again,
Terrific.
syrup.